Happy Sunday! We got a grocery haul to share. Got these for Beckett. He's going to be my Valentine. I almost got him a giant Reese's heart, but then I thought, I'll let him pace himself. So I think I'm going to give him these and just be like, eat as many as you want. Happy Valentine's Day. Father of the Year. I didn't have a sink stopper for that sink. I realized that during the dishwasher project, so that's what that's for. Sam's Diet Cola. My little guy loves cheesy crackers. It's like his favorite thing in the world, so I got that kind. Those are like his go-to classic Ritz bits. So we loaded up on those, and then there was, Ritz with cheese. Man, you can't see anything. What's going on? Light? Need more light. Keto chocolate chips. Keto fake sugar. Keto semi-sweet chocolate chips. Got some caulk. So mature for the my bathroom shower. It's got some cracks. New clock for the basement. Found 11 more of those little poly bags for $1 a piece. I didn't have any white vinegar during the dishwasher project, so I picked that up. This is very tasty. Each one of these packs makes about like 3/4 of a pitcher, and it's only like $2 for 6 packs, so pretty easy way to get something tasty to drink. Little dinosaur boy treat. My favorite low-carb tortillas. Although this week, Facebook got me with an ad for Mr. Tortilla, so I'm going to try out Mr. Tortilla tortillas this week. They should be coming in the mail. 1 net carb. It should be pretty good. Beckett's peanut butter. I got more soy sauce, more liquid smoke, and I got some meat tenderizer because I'm going to make another round of jerky out of this Eye of Round Thin. And this is 1.34 pounds, $10. So that should be a pretty good load of jerky. This was probably the pickup of the day. It's 2-piece pajamas. Those red pants. Nothing special there, but look at that. Mario and Luigi, little fleecy size 6/7 pajamas. Not going to fit Beckett real well right now, but they're only $3 for the pair. Again, another revelation from the dishwasher project. Didn't have any of that. More of that delicious stuff. My favorite liquid sugar for my coffee. Favorite turkey, butter, cream cheese. I got about every single kind of Kraft cheese that they had, I think. Colby Jack, extra sharp, pepper jack. Yeah, that was like every single variety that they possibly had. So I can smoke another round of cheese. And I've got a ton of eggs. So I thought some chorizo and eggs with my low-carb burritos would be good. And then this was an expensive pickup, but necessary. It's expensive in that it was $90 for all of that stuff, but that seems really cheap for all of those tools. And I've got DeWalt tools right now, and the batteries just don't hold charges anymore, so I really needed to replace those. So 20-volt lithium-ion, 3 tools, $90. How bad could it be? I mean, as often as I use tools, I think it'll be fine. And then the piece de resistance, hickory smoked bacon. We've got some big things happening. I've got some things that I need to get done this morning because I have purchased or have committed to purchase a bunk bed for Mr. Beckett. It's like homemade wood construction, and it comes with 2 twin mattresses. The guy asked $200 for it, but he lives in Garnett, and I was worried that I wouldn't be able to transport it or get it apart very well, so I offered him another $100 to bring it down here. It's about an hour drive, so hopefully he follows through on that. Like he said that it was cool. He'd let me know when he was on his way. So I need to get all this stuff put away. I need to get Beckett's mess of toys put away. And I need to get his room prepared for bunk beds. Exciting. Well, I knew I should have opened this up and looked at it before I bought it. It was on top of a locked container in the hardware section in Walmart. And there were like 3 or 4 other ones inside of the locked container. This one was on top, and I was like, great, I don't have to ask them to open up the container. Well, this drill was in there. This drill was in there, but one of the batteries is missing, and the other drill is missing, because I count 1, 2 drills, and I've only got one, so I'm gonna have to take that back, and hopefully they believe me that I'm not just trying to keep part of that set and they'll exchange it. That's a bummer. Bunk beds. Woo-wee. Look at this. This is awesome, man. They delivered it. They put it all together for me. I didn't say this before, but those are brand new twin size mattresses. 2 of them, brand new. And the guy like custom built this thing. It's solid as a rock. If I ever sell this house, it's coming with it. I can see some flying elbows leaping from the top of that bunk bed to about there. But yeah, I've got all this mess to clean up. But I'm stoked about the bunk beds. I can't wait for Beckett to see it. I'm gonna get up in here. It's the first time, like I saw him put it all together. It's as solid as a rock. Oh man, yeah, that feels good. There we go. Oh yeah, I could definitely sleep in here. I call top bunk. Yeah, it seems. I think it's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. So like, he's got these supports that it rests upon right there, all 4 sides, and that's the platform that it kind of sits on. This whole thing was like one little unit they had all together. That was like 100 pounds. I'm stoked. $300 total for 2 new mattresses, the frame, delivered from Garnett, Kansas, which is like an hour away, and they put it all together. It took them like an hour. I can't believe he sold it to me for all that, but hooray! Well, happy Monday to me. I got a new personal record number of sales over the weekend thanks to the purging of my Funko Pop collection and some Bricklink stuff. 16 orders are packed and ready to ship out. Pretty neat. We'll keep the momentum going and sell. Continuing in the vein of what my New Year's resolution is, which is to sell more and to buy less. I want to declutter and just have less stuff that's just kind of sitting around on a shelf, not really doing anything other than taking up space. That's not to say I want to sell all of my Lego sets. Some of them are maturing in value, and eventually they'll get to the place where they're ready to sell and make a tidy profit. But I've hung on to a lot of stuff, and it's matured enough to where I think that I should sell it. I would love to have my basement paid off, all the work that I got done on it about a year ago. I think I've still got $17,000 or $18,000 left to pay off on that. So I'd love to take some chunks out of that this year. That's my big goal for this year. So hopefully we'll continue selling and we can make a dent in that, and I don't know, buy something with the extra, $800 right now that I'm spending on a payment for my basement repair. But it's fun. I enjoy selling. It's definitely a fun hobby, something that I've always enjoyed. I think I started selling on eBay maybe when I was like 13 or 14 years old. Created an account under my parents' kind of alias and have been selling stuff online since then. So I've been doing it for a long time and enjoy it as a hobby, and we'll just continue to do that. Very thankful that I've got a regular day job that I don't have to worry about, selling stuff for full time, that I can just kind of do it on the side when I feel like it. Because if you've watched this channel at all, you probably realize that I get really excited about something for a little while and I go crazy with it, and then after maybe a year or a couple years, I get tired of it. And now I've finally hit the phase, I think, where I'm kind of tired of collecting and building Lego, and I'm ready to move on to something different in my life. Here lately, I don't know if this is going to be another one of those things that I latch onto and stay interested in for a while, but I'm interested in the van life. There's all these people that are converting these vans and going on these adventures, and I don't know, in my mind I think that sounds really fun, to be able to just hop in the van, be able to take it anywhere, camp anywhere. Me and Beckett, having adventures like that, just kind of getting outside and just going and experiencing stuff. I mean, even if we, like, at some point, I would love to be able to take him to amusement parks and things like that. And it'd be awesome to, be able to, like, drive down to Florida in our van and camp out in the van and go to the parks and all that kind of stuff. But, who knows? We'll see. Those things are crazy expensive. But before a big purchase like that happens, I need to get this basement paid off and figure that all out. So we'll see where it goes. But that's kind of the random thoughts that are bouncing around in my head as of Monday, February 1st. Hope y'all have a good day. Good day. It's time to smoke some cheese. We're going to go with sharp cheddar, extra sharp cheddar, mild cheddar, Colby Jack, and pepper jack. In order to help with preservation, I purchased a vacuum sealer. So I'm going to use that. Let's go outside and I'll show you how we light this candle. I'm going to use the grill this time instead of the smoker, I think, just to try something different. Here's my old trusty charbroil grill. And you can take the grate off of it. And I think that I'm just going to try and hang it. Like, ooh, wow, that's like really badly deteriorated. There we go. It's almost like it was made for it. Light it up. Butane torch. Well, I had ignition for a second there. Come on, baby, light my fire. Oh, yeah. Look at this cat. What are you doing? Are you tweaking out? Kitty, kitty, kitty. You want some cheese? Kitty, want some cheese? Duchess, you're so old. I swear you haven't aged at all, though. Alright. We've got a flame. I don't necessarily want it to flame. I wonder if I should lay it down. Cheese is out of the package, and now it is time to get it on the grill. I forgot to mention that I'm using applewood chips this go around, so let's get it on the grill. That was a good sign to come out here and see smoke rolling out of that grill. I like that. Duchess likes that too. Okay, good smoky. Yeah, that's got some heat at the top of it, so I'm going to set it on its side. Hope that it doesn't go out, because I want that to burn, I want it to smoke, but I don't want it to get so hot that it heats up that cheese. Set it and forget it. I'm going to check it here in another hour, well, probably another 30 minutes, and make sure there's smoke coming out of that grill. But then I'll just check it every hour, and my plan is to keep it on there for 4 hours. So these are the cheeses that I smoked last Wednesday, and I'm going to open them up, and I want to try them. I got to try them if I'm going to open them up, because I also want to try out the new vacuum sealer before I get the new cheeses going. So I'll open that up and let you know what it tastes like, and then show you also the process of using the vacuum sealer. Very exciting. I think this one's Colby Jack. Ooh, it smells very smoky. Very smoky. It's definitely not bitter anymore. It's very tasty. It's got a nice, pretty subtle smoke flavor. It's definitely there. And I've used the hickory chips on these cheeses, and this time I used apple on the cheese I'm doing today. So I think the apple's going to be a lot better. More subtle, more fruity. This one's Colby. And pepper jack. That was the grill side down. That was the grill side up. Look at the color difference. It's pretty crazy. Got some good smoke on it. That Colby's really good. I like that. Look at that. That's pretty. Open the lid and place the open end of the bag down into the vacuum chamber. Please make sure the bag is tilted flat to help better vacuum and seal. And the way that it looks in this picture is that you're supposed to actually have the open into the bag on that seal part. So I need to move this back. And I guess it's supposed to be about right there is kind of what it looks like in the instructions to me. So we'll try that. See if it does a better job of sucking the air out of that thing. Vacuum seal. Now I think we've got it. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Look at that, that's cool. Sealed up, airtight. Still a little warm to the touch, not bad. That's awesome. I love that. Super easy. Vacuum seal. I wholeheartedly recommend that. That was super duper easy. That's going to stay fresh for way longer. And it's just going to be tough for me to not dive into this cheese because holy cow, that turned out really good. Pepper jack. I don't know, the Colby is probably my favorite. All of them are good though. We had a bit of a cheesy mishap. Oh no. I don't know how it happened. That tube was putting out some heat and all of my cheese has melted, so that's no bueno. I guess I'm going to try and salvage this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Wrap it up. Vacuum seal it like that. It's been smoking for about 2 hours. What a bummer. Well, I got it vacuum sealed. I probably should have let it cool off a little bit, I guess, so it would have not squished down so much when it got vacuumed. I think it'll be salvageable. I'm at least not gonna waste it. I don't know what I did wrong. I guess maybe the smoke tube went out about an hour in, so I had to relight it. Maybe I just relit too much of it and got it going too hot. I don't know, maybe the smoker's the way to go, because maybe the grill has airflow or something going in there and that got it stoked up and hotter. Next time I guess I'll go back to the smoker, but hopefully these aren't, I don't think they're ruined, but hopefully they got a little bit of smoke on them. Happy Tuesday. We got 9 more orders overnight. We got, I believe, 5 from Mercari and 4 from Bricklink. And it's 48 degrees out currently, so I'm going to try and take these to the post office on the one wheel. Hello and welcome to Wednesday. We're going to be doing some beef jerky in the oven. This is the second attempt at that. Had our beef jerky in the fridge marinating overnight. It's a little over a pound, a little under a pound and a half of top round steak cut into strips. The marinade consisted of soy sauce, Worcestershire, sugar-free brown sugar, Swerve brand for me, liquid smoke, salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder. Is that it? Certainly smells good this morning. Gonna cook at 175 degrees, probably for about 3 hours or so. Beef jerky, laying it out in the pan, gonna be tasty. Have you ever had oven-made jerky before in your life? Well, if you haven't, I recommend it, 'cause this came out tasty. Sweet. It barely fit, but it fit mostly. Pop it in the oven and check it here in about an hour. Hour and a half update, and my kitchen smells fantastic. Meaty. Good day. It's lunchtime. I'm going to make some lunch and show you what I'm eating, but we got a jerky update also. Yummy. Also had another great day of selling. We got 8 Mercari packages to take to the post office and 3 Bricklink orders. Mix of Funko Pop and some used Lego sets for Mercari, but welcome to the lunch station. Basically the same thing that I have every day and have had for the last 6 months or so. Mama Lupe's low carb tortilla, delicious, I think 3 net carbs. My favorite sandwich spread, chipotle aioli. Spread it around on that tortilla. Clean off the excess. Cheese time. Going with some shredded cheddar today. I changed this up. Cheese is a variable. I've got extra shredded cheese though, so I thought I'd use it. About yay much. Favorite turkey breast. Do 4 slices total. And then to finish it off, bacon! 1 piece. This is not a thick cut bacon. I prepared it in the air fryer, so it's just ready to go in the fridge whenever I need to add bacon to anything. Wrap it up like that. Flip it over. Microwave 30 seconds. Peach tea to drink. And that's that stuff right there. Crystal Light. You get 6 giant packages and each one makes a pretty good sized pitcher. Sandwich burritos done. Got some pecans that I've buttered, salted, and roasted in the oven. My favorite. You eat them with every meal. And for dessert, chocolate peanut butter cream cheese fat bomb. These are cream cheese, regular butter, ghee, salt, pure granular sugar, sugar-free chocolate chips, and a package of cream cheese. They're delicious. And that's lunch, and now it's time to munch. All right, we're at the 4.5 hour mark, so I'm gonna pull it out. Have a little tasty taste. That looks pretty okay. Let's see what we got here. Yep, I think that looks pretty all right. Let's find a piece with a little chunk of fat on it, because that's the stuff that'll go bad the earliest. I just got back from a 1-wheel ride, so my hands can't really feel the heat. Doesn't feel hot at all. Oven beef jerky. Cheers. Ooh. Oh yeah. Last time I made this, I didn't use enough seasoning, so I got a little different recipe. That's got a lot of flavor, and it just fell apart. Let's find one that doesn't have any fat on it. We want it to bend, but not break. Bend, then break. Oh yeah, that one's got some nice chew to it. Resounding success, I'd say. Beef jerky in the oven. Cheers. Hello there. Welcome to Happy Thursday. I got a couple packages in the mail. Nothing too exciting in this first one. Actually, it's kind of the opposite of exciting, but I really needed them. I think I got 100 more of these 6x4 boxes. And yes, confirmed, I did get 100 of them. 6x4 corrugated boxes. This was an eBay purchase, and the reason I need these is because I've been going a little crazy in my purging and selling a bunch of stuff on Mercari. Take a look at this. Alright, so these are all of the packages that I have prepared and are ready to ship. Some of them have sold and I need to get them in the mail today. But what I'm doing is I'm going through all of my old used Lego sets that have just been down here in a box, taking pictures of them, taking them apart a little bit and then going ahead and putting them in these boxes and then just kind of labeling on the side what they are. They're ready to ship out. Once I sell them on Mercari, all I have to do is grab them, print out the label, throw it on there, and then take them to the post office. So I've been busy with that. I've still got a lot more to go. There's now a hole right here where there used to be just a bunch of used Lego sets, but I've got plenty more to go. I've got some used in there, a whole bunch of used in there, a couple sets in there, all my old Scooby-Doo sets up there, Lego Batman movie stuff, and then another box there. I've got a lot of things that I still need to purge, and I'm feeling really good about it. I looked today how much more I've got left to pay off the work on my basement, and the loan has $17,000 left to pay off. So I've been paying on it since last April, and it started out as a $24,000 loan. And if you don't know what the loan was for, it was twofold. I needed to install these bracer plates because the soil outside was pushing the walls in, and that's why you see the cracks right there. And whenever I bought the home, it had that kind of system hooked up to it where there were some 2x4s running across the ceiling here, and that was used to brace. Like, there's still one installed over here. Yeah, so that one is still installed, and then it just kind of pushes up against the steel brace, and that is supposed to keep the wall from moving in. The problem though is that that wasn't secured very well to the top, and it wound up moving the floor joists that way. It would push them in, and so they were all twisted. And it just wasn't doing its job of keeping the wall from being pushed in because the wall kept moving. On this side, I think I had 6 inches of movement, and at 7 inches they need to excavate and repair it. So this one was right on the border of excavation, which is very invasive, and it's also very expensive to excavate. And on that wall over there, they had to excavate because I think it was at 8 or 9 inches at its worst. But that was about $15,000 of the $30,000 that I spent on the basement. The other $15,000 was to put a dehumidifier in the crawl space and like this weatherproofing stuff and a sump pump. So we'll go over to the crawl space and I'll show you that. Hopefully we can see it because it's dark in there. Alright, so it's pretty tough to see underneath here, but essentially they installed this like pretty thick white plastic stuff, and there's even another couple of layers of stuff underneath that all over the crawl space and on the walls, and that's just supposed to keep the moisture down, because whenever they checked it down here it was at like 77% humidity, which means that you're going to develop mold over time. And actually right down here it's hard to see and tell really, maybe if we look this way, there's like a little trench that was dug all along this little area. And whenever it rained, I would have water that would gather down in that little trench area. There, you can kind of see it pretty good right there. And so there would be 2 to 3 feet of standing water right there, which that's not ideal for underneath your home. So they installed that sump pump there. I've got another sump pump on the other side of the basement to kind of help out with any moisture that winds up in the basement. And they also dug a trench all along the outside, like next to the wall of the basement, so that all of that water will funnel down and then come to the sump pump and then get pumped up. And the pump winds up right there, and then it goes outside, and so it dumps all that water outside. And then that's a dehumidifier. It works to dehumidify not only the crawl space but the other side of the basement as well. So $30,000 later, I've got basement walls that aren't going to get pushed in, and they're not. I shouldn't ever have any issues with mold. And prior to that, Dad came down and helped me to install those new braces, those wooden braces, because instead of those wooden braces, like you can see there, we did have a bunch of those metal poles, like that one, that maroon one there. And come to find out, one of them got kicked out and had failed. So he was kind enough and knowledgeable enough to come down and help me to get that fixed. So long story short, I don't know that I'd recommend purchasing a home with a basement, at least in Kansas, unless it has the wall bracing system already installed. But I digress. The whole reason for that whole conversation originated in talking about these little boxes and how I'm purging my Lego sets. Prior to the basement project, I had the ambition to get completely out of debt and to pay off my house by the time I was 40. I started the refinance process for my house back in in February, so pre-COVID, with the intention to change it from a 30-year interest loan to a 15-year loan and to just aggressively pay it off. And leading up to that, I was throwing an extra $1,000 a month at my home mortgage so that I could have it paid off much sooner and obviously not have as much debt and to not pay so much interest. Well, the basement project kind of got in the way of that. So now that I've got my financials a little bit better in order, and I've kind of thought about my personal goals for what I want to do moving forward, I'm back on the train of not wanting to have any debt at all. So I did refinance my house. So I've got a 15-year mortgage now, 3.25 interest rate. So I'm happy about that, and I'm paying additional on that every month as well. So, I think a good goal is to do like the baby steps, just like Mr. Dave Ramsey says, and to attack all of your debts, starting with the smallest one first. And I've got a loan on my truck, but it's almost paid off, and the interest rate on that is so ridiculously low, I don't really feel like I need to pay that off. Instead, I'd rather attack the basement loan that I've got because it's at a 5% interest rate. So I checked it today. I've got $17,000 left to pay off on it. I've got a good chunk of money saved up in the savings. I'm supposed to get a pretty good tax return this year. So it's my goal to have the basement stuff all paid off this year and to end the year with $10,000 in the savings account, because that's that's kind of like my happy threshold. I know Dave Ramsey's like, don't worry about your savings past $1,000. You need to have an emergency fund, but I think I've just got like this weird scarcity mindset where and I think it probably stems from stuff like the basement thing happening. It seems like as soon as you get a little bit ahead, here's this other thing that comes along and kind of bites you. So I don't know, maybe a safety net of $5,000 is a little bit more reasonable, because currently my basement payment every month is $770. So to have an extra $770 in my pocket every month, I think would be huge, because that's almost $800 that I could, instead of writing a payment for, I could put that into my savings account and rebuild that pretty rapidly. So I think what I'd really like to do this year is to, at minimum, have my basement paid off. And I'm talking by the end of 2021, have my basement paid off and get my savings boosted up at least over $5,000. Ideally, having $10,000 in the bank would be great. I've got a house project this summer. I really need to paint. I really need to decide if I want to paint or if I want to invest in siding. So there might be some issues there, and maybe that's another thing that I think about holding off on until next summer, 2022, whenever I've got my basement paid off, and then I can make a decision. Well, I'm probably going to stay in this house for a long time, and if I paint it, that's going to last 7 to 10 years, whereas if I invested in siding, that would last foreseeably for the rest of the house life, at least while I was here. So I've got some decisions to make there, but I can say without a doubt, with certainty, that I want to have my basement paid off by the end of 2021, and my truck will be paid off by then as well. And then at that point, the only payment I will have where I'll be in debt is my home equity, or will be my house payment. That'll be the only debt that I'll have. But that was quite a diversion. We were talking about a haul, because the next thing that I need to show off is a lot more fun. It's from Michael's. I've never ordered anything from Michael's online. I don't know that I've ever purchased anything from Michael's in a store either. But earlier this week, I think on a Monday, I got wind that there was some really, really good deals to be had on some Lego clearance from Michael's. So, being the little entrepreneur that I am, I jumped on that, and this is 8 pounds worth of paper. No, 8 pounds worth of Lego dots. These were $5 a piece. These were $5 a piece. They part out for about $45, and I bought 10 of them. You know, because these were $1 a piece. I bought 5 of those. These were $1 a piece. I bought 5 of those. $2 a piece. I bought 5 of those. More bracelets. $2 a piece. Bracelets. $2 a piece. 5 of each color. I'll bring the camera in so you can actually see. And there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, there's 10, but I also bought one of those. It was $5, but it didn't part out for near as much because it's about half as many pieces. Whereas these, 423 pieces, so I bought a bunch of those. But yeah, just a ridiculous amount of dots. I don't know if they're going to sell, how well they will do. I wanted to diversify so I'd have as many different kind of lots as I possibly could. They might be a pain to part out, but it was relatively cheap. I think this entire order cost me a little bit over $100. So it's going to add a lot of parts to my store and a lot of different kinds of lots. All right, so that wraps up my haul and my random rants about my goals financially, and probably shared more information than you ever wanted to know about my own personal financial story. But I think it's good for me to kind of have some accountability and to share those things and to put it out on the internet a little bit, so that people can kind of hear my perspective. And you know, if you're a financial planner and you're watching this, let me know if I'm on target or if I'm just crazy or, you know, whatever. Words of encouragement are also greatly appreciated. So this will be the last entry. Like I said, it's Thursday, so I'm going to pick up Beckett here in a little while from preschool. We'll record all of our adventures together the next couple of days, and we'll have the second vlog out on Sunday. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video.